My dear friends, so far we have covered current events and happenings between 31st of October and 3rd of November. Now we shall cover current events and happenings on 4th of November 2023. And further, we shall also cover current events and happenings related to 5th and 6th of November 2023. Thereby, we have covered holistically the current events and happenings that have happened in the entire duration of the week from 31st of October till 6th of November. Prime Minister has inaugurated the second edition of World Food India Program 2023. Now, what is this World Food India initiative which the Government of India and the Prime Minister has inaugurated recently? The Ministry of Food Processing Industries or MOFPI has recently organized the World Food India 2023 event. It is the second edition of the World Food India event to celebrate the year 2023 as the International Year of Millets and to also showcase and project India as the food basket of the world. The first edition of World Food India was launched in 2017 and the second event in 2023. Exponential food processing, positioning India as global hub. Exponential food processing and also positioning India as the global hub is one of the focus pillars and themes of the World Food India second edition 2023. India's food processing industry has emerged as sunrise sector and also has attracted investments to the tune of 50,000 crore rupees in the past 9 years. So, India's food processing industry has emerged as a sunrise sector and it also has attracted foreign direct investments to the tune of 50,000 crore rupees in a span of over 9 years. The contribution of the processed food segment to the agricultural exports has grown to 23%, making an overall increase of 150% of exported processed foods. So, the share or the contribution of processed food segments to the agricultural exports has increased to 23% and it has witnessed an overall increase of over 150% within the exported processed foods. Processing capacity also has increased to more than 20 million metric tons or 200 lakh metric tons. 20 million metric tons is the processing capacity of the India's food processing industries. Three main pillars of India's growth story of food and processing industries. The small farmers, small industries, small farmers, effective utilization of what are the three main pillars of the growth of food processing industries in India? Small farmers, effective utilization of the farmer producer organizations or FPOs to increase their participation and also their profitability. 7,000 FPOs have already been made active participants in this India's growth of food processing industries. Small industries, about 2 lakhs micro enterprises are being organized to increase small scale industries participation in the India's food processing industries business. Women, more than 9 crore women are associated with self-help groups. Also, PM disbursed seed capital assistance to over 1 lakh self-help groups. The Prime Minister has also disbursed seed capital assistance to over 1 lakh self-help groups. So, women, small industries and small farmers are the three main pillars for the growth of India's food processing industries. Some of the initiatives taken by the Government of India to encourage and promote food processing industry in India. What are these initiatives or measures? PM Kisan Sampada Yojana. Mega food parks are one of the important components of the PM Kisan Sampada Yojana. One district, one product. One district, one product scheme gives a new identity to small farmers and small industries. Is also an initiative to promote FPI industry in India. Production linked incentive scheme, PLI scheme for food processing industries. PLI scheme for food processing industries. Eat Right India movement is also an initiative which was launched towards this endeavor. Institute for Economics and Peace or IEP has released Ecological Threat Report 2023. Now what is this Ecological Threat Report 2023 that was released by the Institute for Economics and Peace? The Institute for Economics and Peace is headquartered in Sydney. It is an independent, not-for-profit think tank. Now the Ecological Threat Report focuses on 4 important categories of threat that are directly related to the drivers of conflict. So what are these 4 categories of threats that are posing a direct threat to the conflict? Food insecurity. 42 countries are facing severe food insecurity and more than 65% of the population is not able to afford food in the past year. Food insecurity is the first category of threat that is posing a direct conflict. Natural disasters, demographic pressures and water risks are the 3 other categories of threats. Natural disasters. High chance that the devastating natural disasters will impact over 5% of the population. The report says that there is a very high chance that any devastating natural disasters will have an impact of over 5% of the population in the entire world. Demographic pressures. More than 70% increase in population by 2050 would increase the strain on the public resources and also the resilience of the societies. It is projected that the world or the globe shall witness a 70% increase in the population by 2050. If this happens, it will tremendously increase the strain on public resources and also society's resilience. Water risk. No access to clean and potable drinking water to more than 20% of the population worldwide. So water risks, demographic pressures, natural disasters risks and food insecurity are the 4 categories of threats that are directly related to conflicts according to the Ecological Threat Report 2023 released by the Institute for Economics and Peace headquartered in Sydney, which is an independent not-for-profit think tank. Now what is the relationship between the ecological threats and conflicts according to this report prepared by the IEP? A shift in the ecological threat report and a shift in the ecological threat report scores are directly associated or related with increased risk of conflicts. So any change or any shift in the scores of ecological threat report are directly associated or related with the increased risk of conflicts worldwide. A shift in indicator score of 25% for food insecurity, let us say suppose, increases the risk of conflict by 36%. A shift of 25% in the ecological threat report for food insecurity shall increases the risk of conflict by around 36% according to this report. Large scale natural hazards restrict the access to resources and markets, resulting in food insecurity and water risks, which further fuels the conflicts. Not only this, the ecological threat influence conflicts in the regions with lower levels of peacefulness, high climatic variability, high incidences of poverty and weak governance such as Sahel in Africa. What are the key recommendations made by the Institute for Economics and Peace? Building resilience with functioning institutions and infrastructure. Also, by empowering the local communities for higher levels of sustainability and resilience. Innovative programs to build water resilience like sand dams and engineered wetlands. Farmer managed natural regeneration for reclaiming degraded lands. These are some of the recommendations made by the Institute for Economics and Peace. Senegal hosts the first meeting of the World Health Organization's initiative Global Onchocerciasis Network for Elimination. Global Onchocerciasis Network for Elimination, or GON. This is an initiative of the World Health Organization, and Senegal has hosted the first meeting of this initiative of the World Health Organization, GON. Global Onchocerciasis Network for Elimination. Now, what is this GON? GON as an initiative was launched in Jan 2023 to empower countries to accelerate progress towards onchocerciasis targets, which were set in 2030 Neglected Tropical Diseases, or NTDs, roadmap of World Health Organization. GON is an initiative launched in the year 2023 in the month of January to empower countries to accelerate progress towards onchocerciasis targets, which are set out in the 2030 Neglected Tropical Diseases roadmap of the World Health Organization. 2030 Neglected Tropical Diseases roadmap of World Health Organization. What is onchocerciasis? It is commonly known as river blindedness or river blindness. It is caused by a parasitic worm called as Onchocerca volvulus that spreads the infection by the bites of infected black flies that breed heavily in the rapidly flowing rivers. Onchocerciasis, commonly known as river blindedness or river blindness, is caused by a parasitic worm called as Onchocerca volvulus that spreads the infection by the bites of infected black flies that breed heavily in the rapidly flowing rivers. Hence, the name river blindness. It is the second leading infection cause of blindness after trachoma. After trachoma, this onchocerciasis or river blindness is considered to be the second leading cause of infection for blindness. What are the symptoms of river blindness? Intense itching, rashes, skin discoloration, visual impairment and also permanent blindedness or permanent loss of vision are some of the symptoms of onchocerciasis or river blindness. Africa is home to 99% of the people at risk of onchocerciasis. The remaining 1% of the population lives on the border between Venezuela and Brazil. Colombia, Ecuador, Guatemala and Mexico have been verified by the WHO for eliminating the transmission of the onchocerciasis disease. So, these four countries, Colombia, Ecuador, Guatemala and Mexico, have completely eliminated the transmission of the onchocerciasis disease as verified by the World Health Organization. What are these neglected tropical diseases? These are a set of diverse group of 20 conditions that are mainly prevalent in tropical areas, where they affect more than a billion population who live in impoverished conditions. Neglected tropical diseases are a set of diverse group of 20 different medical conditions that are mainly prevalent in the tropical areas of the world, wherein over a billion population are residing in impoverished conditions. It is caused by a variety of pathogens which includes viruses, bacteria, parasites, fungi and other toxins. Neglected tropical diseases include dengue, chikungunya, rabies, leishmaniasis, leprosy, lymphatic filariasis and others. India has successfully eliminated certain neglected tropical diseases like guinea worm, trachoma and yaws. Initiatives taken by the Government of India to tackle the NTDs, or initiatives across worldwide to tackle the NTDs. London Declaration on NTDs is the first major initiative towards the fight against the NTDs. London Declaration on NTDs. 30th of January every year is recognized as the World NTD Days. Second initiative. Kigali Declaration on NTDs adopts the various targets to eradicate or control the NTDs by 2030. So, Kigali Declaration on eradication and control of NTDs by 2030 and the various targets to achieve this outcome or objective. World Health Organization has launched a mobile application to facilitate a diagnosis of neglected tropical diseases. So, a mobile app was also launched by the World Health Organization towards facilitating the diagnosis services of NTDs. Dated government securities or dated G6. What are these dated government securities? The government has auctioned its first 50-year bond, dated government security, which saw a strong demand from the investors. Previously, a 40-year bond was the longest duration bond offered by the Indian government. What are these dated government securities? Dated government securities carry a fixed or a floating coupon or interest rate, which is paid on the face value on half yearly basis. The sale of long term bonds may help the government elongate the tenure of the debt sold and also keep its interest rates or interest costs under control. Lucy mission was also in news. NASA's Lucy mission has discovered that the asteroid Dinkinesh is actually a binary system of two asteroids. Lucy mission is developed by NASA. It was launched in the year 2021. It is the first ever space mission to explore Jupiter Trojan asteroids. Lucy mission is the first ever space mission to explore Trojan asteroids of the planet Jupiter. It was launched in 2021 by NASA. What are Trojans? Trojans are a group of small bodies, basically remnants of the early solar system, that orbit around the Sun in two swarms along the orbit of Jupiter. Trojans are a group of small bodies which are remnants of the earlier solar system that orbit around the Sun in two swarms along the orbit of Jupiter. Trojan asteroids. Trojan asteroids are most likely made up of same primordial material that led to the formation of outer planets called as Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So, these Trojan asteroids of Jupiter are also most likely to be made of the same primordial material that led to the formation of the outer planets Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. The lifespan of the Lucy mission is 2021 to 2023. During this lifespan, the Lucy mission will fly past various asteroids like Eurybates, Donald Johanson, Polymele and Lucas and the other asteroids. National Dam Safety Authority. The National Dam Safety Authority team has criticized the Kaleshwaram project's planning and design for the Medigadda barrage's failure. Some important information about the National Dam Safety Authority of India or NDSA. National Dam Safety Authority was established as a statutory authority under the Dam Safety Act 2021. It is headed by an officer not below the rank of Additional Secretary to the Government of India or equivalent to be appointed by the central government. What are the functions of the Dam Safety Authority? To make regulations for maintaining standards of the dam safety and preventing dam failures. to maintain a national level database of all specified dams and dam failures, to examine also into the causes of major dam failure or major public safety concerns. Stirling engine, that was in news. Indian scientists have made a micro scale heat engine also known as Stirling engine. Micro scale heat engine also known as Stirling engine that has shown around 95% of energy efficiency. Achieving high efficiency with high power has been considered almost impossible as the conversion of heat into energy causes heat dissipation or heat loss in this process. But the Indian scientists have made a micro scale heat engine known as Stirling engine that has shown around 95% of energy efficiency. It is made up of a colloidal bead, a single particle floating in a solution and a laser beam. So, this Stirling engine is made up of a colloidal beam which is a single beam particle floating in a solution and also a laser beam. Laser beam has replaced the conventionally used gas for fuel and functions like a piston. The electric field is then applied to this setup. This is the mechanism or the process that is involved in Stirling engine.